Guess we're
We
live.
are live. Yes, we are. Good
Okay.
afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. And I see six persons on the live already. So you know that I've been having a talk show, but I don't know where I went, but now I'm back. Today is Sunday. It's 5 on the dot, 2 minutes after 5, and welcome to Shad's Lifestyle. It's Shad's Talk Show. And today we have a lot in store for you. So as you know that I have been mentioning work and travel related videos, and I have been getting a lot of questions. So today, so I'm always going to the information. So today I have with me May First Work and Travel Agency, and this is Anthony Foster. So say hi to Anthony.
Hi
Anthony.
everyone. Hi everyone.
All right. So he says he's camera shy, but we will work on that today, right? I'm not sure if you know about Mayfast, but I joined an expo where they talk about work and travel. They talk about the J1 summer work and travel. They talk about the CAM program. They talk about H2B. But today, I can say that I got a lot of information from that, and from that I discovered May 1st Work and Travel Agency. And a lot of persons have been asking about work and travel agency. So today, see, I have one agency here to ask all of the questions them. He's here to answer it. And I just want to touch a little bit about May 1st so you can understand who is May 1st, right? So May 1st is a work and travel recruitment agency which specializes in um, summer seasonal staff for employers in the US through the J1 exchange program. And their main goal is to promote cultural exchange and social and professional growth through other through their services. And we all know what we mean by cultural exchange program because I tell you about this. It is what Jamaicans say, or this is what it is said. But we know what work and travel is all about for J1 for Jamaican persons. And I can testify where work and travel is one of the routes I took to pay my school fee. And so this is important. So today we're not just only going to talk about the summer work and travel program, the regular J1. We're also going to talk about the camp program, right? So most persons don't really know about the camp program, so we're going to touch on both of them. So hi Anthony, could you tell us more about Mayfos?
All right. So thank you very much, Shaday, for the introduction. Um, my name is Anthony Foster from Mayfirst Work and Travel. And as Shaday had touched on it, we are an employment agency that focuses mainly on J1 exchange. And with J1 exchange, our main programs are Camp USA, J1 Summer Work and Travel, which many of you might already know, and the internship trainee program. Uh, the main purpose of the program is to promote cultural exchange among college or university students or skilled participants who are just looking to partake in the American culture. For the J1 summer work and travel, you have to be a full time college and university student in order to participate. So you must be doing either an associate degree or above. And you must be doing the minimum of 12 credits per semester. That's the September to December semester and the January to May semester. For the Camp USA, you don't necessarily have to be a student in order to participate. You just have to be between the ages of 18, to 35. And so for like students who are doing CAPE or CSEC, sixth form, or even coming to college that offers CAPE courses, for students who are doing CAP, HEART, who are generally neglected from the CAMP program, can participate on this. And as for the internship program, you have to be either a full-time college and university student within your final year, studying a hospitality-related course, or you can be a trainee, which you need 3 to 5 years of experience in order to participate. But we only place candidates for this type of program in the hospitality and food and beverage field.
Okay, thanks a lot for that information. So, guys, I want you to comment and tell me say they here so we can interact with each other because you know, say my life them do boring, a lot of information, a lot of gems will be dropping, and so I need to know if you are with me. So, say hi if you are here. Say hi. So, thanks a lot for that information. And as you mentioned, you have the summer work and travel program, you have the camp program, and you also have the internship program. So let's
Right.
break it down because persons on here, they want to know if they are not in university and how they can go on program as well. So let's touch on the camp program for the first segment of this
Okay.
um, interview.
All right. So for Camp USA, that's what we call it, Camp USA. It's basically a camp program where you work on a campsite. So you'll be working with kids between the ages of 5 to 18. You have
Right.
like special needs camp, Boy Scout, Girl Scout camp. You have day camps. You have religious camps like the Jewish camps, etc., Christian camps, etc. For you have two categories. You have camp counselors and you have camp support staff. For
Okay.
camp support staff, you have to be in college or university in order to go on this category. But you
Okay.
also have the camp counselors where you don't necessarily have to be in college in order to participate. However, you must be skilled in a particular area. So whether you're good at sewing, whether you're good at music, arts and craft, pottery, karate, that's how you say it, karate, or you know what I
Yeah.
mean, karate, archery, horseback riding, whatsoever your skill is, you there is something out there on the camp program for you. So as I was touching on, persons who generally go to Heart, do C6, CAPE, uh, vocational certification courses are generally neglected from J1 summer can travel because persons are of the belief that you only have to be in college in order to participate on either of these J1 program, which is far from the truth. You can be just an average 18 to 35-year-old who just want to go in the US, explore the US for the first time. You can participate on this program.
All
Um,
right.
yeah, go ahead.
That's good. That's what I want to hear because we not just cater for college people, you know, cater for everybody around here. So hi Chevelle, you're from St. Mary. Hi everybody. You touch about the camp program and you said persons who are doing the camp program who are going to Heart. But what we want to know is what about the money? What's the requirement? Like what we are talking, what's the requirement? I want to know how much we are spend and
Gotcha.
some of the benefits of it.
All right. So for camp, I don't want participants to look at it through the lens of H2B or the summer work and travel program because it's
Okay.
slightly different. The monetary gain that you'll gain on summer work and travel is a far stretch from what you'll gain on Camp USA. Reason being, you're working on a campsite where the employer is covering most of the cost. So you don't pay for rent, you don't pay for food. The only thing that you pay for is their service fee of May First Work and Travel. So to put things into perspective, the registration fee is 50 US dollars and the program fee is 500 US dollars. And what does the 500 US dollars cover? So it covers your job placement and your work permit. So that's the only thing that it covers. Generally, persons would have to cover like their civis, their insurance, and all other costs that is associated with the program. Regarding what you earn anywhere between $2,400 to $2,800 for the duration of your contract, and the contract is anywhere between 8 to 11 weeks. There is the option of extending the program, and that's if the employer needs you for a longer period. But obviously, if you work for a longer period, your pay rate is going to increase. And with many persons, if you're certified in a particular area, such as a teacher or somebody who is skilled at lifeguarding or certified in their particular sport, then they have the ability to negotiate their contract. So I think I lost Shaday there for a minute.
Sorry about that. You hearing me?
I am.
All right. Sorry about that. Had some technical difficulties.
Got you.
Uh,
Is it
so
that I need
yeah,
to explain about the camp, or they would have heard exactly what I was saying?
right. All right. So you said that the camp program, let's see myself. Okay. So you said that the camp program, it's $500
For the
for
year.
the right. So you pay how much you pay overall?
So $500 for the program fee and 50 US dollars for registration. It all
Okay.
depends on your sponsor. Usually we work with two sponsors, a cultural exchange services and
Okay.
United Studies. So for a cultural exchange services, the $500 is not inclusive of the insurance. But with United Studies, the $500 covers everything.
And they have to pay their plane fare as well.
Right. So right across the board, no matter which program you go on, you have to pay your own airfare and embassy appointment.
Okay. And what's the stipend?
So the stipend is between anywhere between $2,200 to $2,800 for 8 to 11 weeks. If by chance your contract is higher than 11 weeks, then obviously the stipend would have increased.
Understand. So it's the persons who are going to heart, persons who are in the CAP program, and I think persons man don't really know about this, and it's a good way to just go to the US for the summer. Like, what are you doing in Jamaica? So just go to the US for the summer.
Correct. And
Um,
what I
let's
what I meant to also state that for schools give summer break in what, May, June. So teachers can also participate on this. You really have nothing doing during the summer break, so you can go and participate on the camp. For those teachers who are that are certified, or anybody that is certified in their particular area, they have the option of negotiating a higher salary, so it can be higher.
understand. All right, so let's talk about the J1 program now. Persons, guys, ask your questions because are you just absorbing all this information? Ask the questions because we need to know what you're thinking and some of the questions that you want to ask me. You're not just there for just ask the question. I'm all here for you. So let us touch on J1 because most of the persons here
Only
are
interest.
interested in the J1 program. Let's talk about your rate and what Mayfast has to offer.
All right. So for J,
1 second. 1 second. What
okay,
are the requirements for the CAMP program?
you just
That
have
is,
you just have to be between the ages of 18 to 35. Um, Not have a police record. So if you have no criminal history, then that is great because you'll need to present a police record. You need a valid passport, so one that is not expiring by next year. So if you have a passport that is expiring by about August, obviously you'll need to renew it before you go on the program. You need two passport size photo and three references. So these references can come from a pastor, a past teacher, a principal, a JP, the people that you normally use for references. So you'll need to present three references, a passport, two passport size photo, and an introduction video giving employers a sense of who you are and why they should hire you. So those are the only
and
requirements.
some of the camp places. What are some of the places that you do for camp?
So we do like Camp Kindle. We do some special needs camp. We do Boy Scout, Girl Scout camp. The state varies from like the standard J1 summer work and travel. You have Arkansas, you have North Carolina, you have camps that are in Idaho, Wisconsin, South Carolina. It varies.
Okay. All right. So I think we're clear on that. Let's talk about the J1 program. What's the rate and how do we go about it?
Okay. For the J1 summer camp travel, I cannot stress enough, you must be in college or university in order to participate. You have to be doing an associate degree or a bachelor's degree. Regarding the registration fee, it's $500 sorry, $50 for registration, and the program fee ranges between 1650 to $1,700, depending on the sponsor.
Okay, and what are some of the sponsors? And
So we
yeah,
only work with three sponsors for summer work and travel. It's American Hospitality Academy. Some persons know it as AHA. We have International Educational Exchange. Some persons know it as IEE. And our main sponsor is United Studies Incorporation.
all right. And what are some of the places that you send students?
So Anchorage, Alaska, we send persons to Cashiers, North Carolina, Bald Head Island, North Carolina. We send persons like Kiowa Island, South Carolina, McCall, Idaho. For Colorado, we send persons to Vail, Colorado. We send persons to Maine, Kennebunkport, Maine. We send persons to Boothby, Maine. So we send persons to various states across the US.
I understand. Now, so I asked about your location, and you said that you're located in Montego Bay. So you know that most of the universities are back up this side, the town
Kingston.
side. How
Kingston.
do we go about that? Because you know that probably want to go in office, or how do we do that?
Okay, so for us, the location has never really posed a problem because we do everything online. Nobody's really coming into office to drop off papers anymore. Everything is submitted through our online platform. So for registration, it can be done on our website. You complete the application form, and there's a section on the website where you can upload the documentations. Regarding payment of fees, you make that payment at any Jamaica national island wide. And once you have paid the fee, you can just scan an email or take a picture of of the receipt and email it over to us. So to answer your question, everything is done online digitally. It should not pose a problem.
How is the customer service? Because I think that's one of the problems. So how is the customer service?
Well, for J1, we live in a world where everybody's offering the same products. So customer service is essential. Persons want to know once they pay their fee, they can call the phone and get through to somebody. There is always somebody there to answer your questions or clarify certain things for you. We do answer our phones, customer service. We try to give the best that we can, and emails. Send us an email. Somebody will always be there to respond to you.
And I will always say this: send the email so that there's a log, right? So email is very important. All right, Shauna, you're saying what if we pay and don't get hired? Um, you can answer that, but I'll say something afterwards.
Okay. So what if you pay and don't get hired? The possibility of that is quite slim, but if that arises, then you can check our refund policy. There is a refund policy that stipulates all the conditions for conducting business with Me First Work and Travel, and it outlines the different ways in which a refund is given. But to answer your question, what if you pay program fee and we don't get hired? If it's a case where it's an error on the MAFO side, then obviously the program fee will be refunded back to you. But if it's a case where the fault is on the participant side, you'll have to read through the refund policy to see what amount you're qualified to get back.
Okay. And someone is asking, all right, so May 1st is a registered business. We know that work and travel agency, there are many out there, and yes, some are scammers,
Mhm.
but they found is it a federation or organization, Jace? What is
Jace is like a group of us coming together. It's really a group. It's a registered group too. We're registered with Jamaica group of companies. What we're
right?
trying to champion, with J1 Summer Can Travel or with any agency whatsoever, by law you have to be registered with the Ministry of Labor. What we're trying to do is to create our own group where persons can come at that website, Jace website, and see the list of approved agencies that are out here in Jamaica. We also want to try to move from, it's not that we're trying to forget about the Ministry of Labor, but we also want to move across, apart from going to the Ministry of Labor, you can go to this one set hub to see all the different agencies, the programs that are available, like H2B, Summer Work and Travel, or Camp USA.
Understand. I see the questions coming. I love the comment section. So let me just scroll down. So yes, they have an office, and I just post their location. And let's see what this person has to say. All right, so for the CAMP program, do we pay both fees at the same time, or is it that after paying the $50 registration fee and everything is completed, you pay the 500 program?
Okay, so persons can choose what they want to do as it relates to the payment of fees. But in order for us to begin our placement process, we need both the registration and the program fee. So some persons might decide to pay the registration fee and a few weeks after they pay the program fee. But I think what you wanted to ask, will we facilitate placement and then you pay the program fee? The answer is no, we need the payments first.
And when is the time period? Because I know that it's almost December.
Correct. So we urge all candidates to register and start paying the program fee by or before December 15th. Once it passes December 15th, it's a first come, first serve basis, and you have to pay your full program fee by then.
Understand. So I'm putting in the comment section. If you see, you can look up. I'm putting their information. So their website is there. And let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm just scrolling down. So Chevelle is saying, when is the program start again, summer or winter? So the program starts in the summer. So this is a summer one.
Correct. And we do not offer the H2B program, unfortunately.
All right. So someone is asking about COVID. And I think that's why we're here today, because, COVID has set us back, the pandemic, but we are still on track. And so let's answer this question. Seeing that COVID and the embassy is having a backlog, what will happen to the process? How it affects the J1? But talk about how the whole process with COVID, what has changed, and how has the agencies and the J1 process changed during COVID?
All right, so let's go back to 2020. So things were much more difficult in 2020 during the early stages of COVID. As many of you may know, the embassy wasn't taking on anybody. So we weren't able to place anybody on the J1 program. But things are much more looking better for J1 Summer Work and Travel or any other program that is out there. For embassy appointments, the embassy is taking on J1 candidates. So we have been placing persons whether on the J1 Summer Work and Travel, Camp USA, or internship program. So there are dates available for that. No, if you're looking for B1, B2, no dates are available until the latter part of 2022. But since we're not focusing on that, let's just ignore that. For J1 Summer Work and Travel, there are dates available at the embassy. However, the predicament that many persons might find themselves in is vaccination. In order to participate on the program this year and for other years to come, it seems as if you're going to have to be fully vaccinated. And that's just the reality.
Right, understand. I'm seeing the questions coming. I love that. When you're stating your questions, just let me know if it's for the work and travel or the camp program. So this person is saying, classmate, can you do like a pool of persons? Can you travel together or go to the same place?
Yes, you can. We do group placements, but the thing about group placement, the sponsor charges a additional service cost. I think it's $50 for special placement. So if you have a group of you that are adamant in going at the same location, that would attract another $50 for each participant.
That's for what? The work and travel or the camp?
Work and travel.
Work
We
and
don't
travel.
do, we don't do group placement for camp. because your application is uploaded on a portal where various employers can peruse that application. It's once an interviewer or an employer has reached out to you, then you're able to do that interview. It's totally different.
Okay. All right. I'm scrolling down with the questions. I just want to ensure that we cover everything. So Karen is saying, is it only the CAMP program for adults? They get the 2-year ban.
I know what they're talking about. So the
Okay.
2-year ban is for internship trainee participants. So that's the 1-year program that we offer. You have to be a hospitality related final year student or at least a skilled adult that has 3 to 5 years of experience within the hospitality or food and beverage field. If you decide to participate on this program, then yes, there's a 2-year ban in place. But as for summer work and travel or Camp USA, you can go on it repeatedly once you meet the criterias.
All right. So they're saying another question, the J1 program, can we do second jobs? Can they have second jobs for that?
Yes, for summer work and travel, you can. For Camp USA, you can't.
Okay. Um, so let's get it straight, right? If I am interested in NEPAS right now, what am I supposed to do? What's the first step that I'm supposed to do in getting in contact with you?
Reach out. So whether that's by email or you can go on our website, which is mayfos, MAYFOS, worktravel.net. You complete an online application. Once you complete that online application, then somebody will respond to you. That's usually anywhere between 24 to 72 hours.
And
Uh,
what's your email?
my email is info, that's INFO, at mayfosworktravel.net.
Okay, I'm going to put the email in the comment section so persons can see it. All right, I see the questions coming. All right, you can read that one.
Are we partnered with a loan agency to fund the J1 program for those who are interested but unable to completely the fund? That's what she has, but I understand. For loan agencies, we recommend Jamaica National. That's where we direct all our participants who want financial assistance. But with financial assistance, you would need a guarantor, so somebody who is working. uh, that co-signer would act as the guarantor for you. So they must be able to present all the requirements the bank needs, such as pay stubs, proof of employment, which is a job letter, uh, their IDs, TRN, etc. So whatsoever requirements the bank need, they'll need to present that for the co-signer.
Okay, understand. Um, you can also text me, Kimberly. You can text me on Instagram. Sharik. Okay, this person is saying, can we pay in Jamaican for the program fee?
Yes, you can. You can pay in Jamaican dollars, but it goes automatically to a US account. So whatsoever the bank conversion rate is, then that's what the equivalent will be. And that, as you know, varies per day.
Right. So you have to watch the US guys because the program fee will increase or decrease based on the market, which is so sad, but such is life. Um, any more questions? Any more questions? Okay, so for the work and travel, right?
Hmm.
The places that you mentioned, could you tell us like the position, the job position, and some of the rate, the pay rate? Because I want to know the stuff.
The money, right? So the pay rate ranges from anywhere between $9 to $14, depending on the state. I also found states that were paying $15 this year that typically wouldn't because of COVID. The shortage of workers make the minimum wage or the pay rate go up. So you have persons who are like typical states that paid $9 started paying 11, $12 for workers. Uh, Regarding the state, as I said, it varies, and the minimum wage also varies depending on your state.
Okay. And what are some of the positions?
So cooks, prep cooks, dishwashers, housekeepers. You do have a few guest servicing positions. You have retail. You have buses, runners, mainly entry level positions. If you work at amusement parks, you're like ride attendants. You even have tour guides. I had some students this year, they worked at River Trail, and they offered like rafting, river rafting. They were the tour guides on the river rafting. So the position varies too, but they're entry level positions. And we place you in one job, so one primary job, but you do have the option of finding your own second job. When you do find a second job, you have to go through the process of vetting that job with the sponsor. It's very important. If you don't, then some persons might lose their status in civis, and we don't necessarily want that to happen, because if it does, you have to return back home.
Understand. And also with the second job, once you go through it, go through the correct process, the sponsor will just give you some time to verify that job. And once it's verified, then you can do your second job. Please watch all my YouTube videos relating to that. But I'm scrolling through the questions, and this question is the pay. So when you're when is the cutoff time? When break it down. So persons who probably don't have the full amount, when is the
Mhm.
initial payment and when is the final payment?
Okay, so the first important step is registering, completing the online application, at least starting the process by paying that $50. Our job listing will come out, I think, later on this month, which outlines all the positions that will be available for next summer. But only persons who have paid that $50 would have access to that job listing. So the first step, as I said, is registering and paying the fee. Once you have made that payment of $50, you have until December 15th to pay the first deposit of $1,000. And that's for summer work and travel we're referring to. Uh, when you've paid that $1,000, Mayfos will begin the process by uploading the documentations onto the sponsors portal, where you'll do an interview. Some sponsors do an interview, some don't. Uh, for the sponsor that we place most of our candidates through, they don't do interviews, so we just do direct placement. So we'll begin the process of arranging the interviews with the employer. Once you've successfully passed that interview and signed a job offer, then you're basically at the final stage for the DS form to come to Jamaica. And when the DS form is here, we go ahead and arrange the embassy appointment. It's quite simple. So just ensure that you make that payment of $1,000 by or before December 15th. No matter wait on December 15th to everybody come and rush in. Try to pay that fee before, and you have until February 18th to pay the remaining portion.
So I guess
Obviously, go ahead.
so I think that answers the question Arnella was asking.
Okay.
Right. And when I just came on the live, I actually saw where is it Lanella's Corner. She is one of the participants from MAFAS. So she has her own story. She's actually given a good review for MAFAS. And so that is what we want today. Can you believe that one of my loyal subscriber actually went with the program? So if you're here, you can just comment so that persons can know that MAFAS is legit and that you had a good experience. Let's see what this person has to say after registering for the J1. How soon can we hear from you? I think you answered that, but if you want to answer that question.
Okay. So once you have completed the online application, and once you've completed the online application, somebody will respond to you either the following business day or a day after that. But you'll definitely get back a response advising you of the next step.
All right. I want you to specifically answer to Sharika's question because uh,
It is. She was asking if she pays all the program fee by November, is it guaranteed that she'll get a placement? Once you've met the requirements, then yes, if you're a full-time college and university student, you can present like your updated status letter. When January morning comes around, you can present your updated transcript. Then yes, it is a guarantee that you'll get through on Mapas's side. But please bear in mind that the embassy has the final say as to whether a visa is approved or not. Um, the embassy rejects visas based on their based on the interviewer. Sometimes you might go the interview might just find something wrong with your answer. They just don't trust you. They find you shady, and they they cancel the visa or they don't approve the visa. If you have like other family members, your mother and father had run off, then you're also at risk of being not approved the J1 visa. But once you meet all the requirements, then I don't think you should have a problem with obtaining the J1 visa.
And I will do a video on that, guys, because a lot of persons have been asking me about embassy, and I'm like, no, it was okay. But I know that you want to know, so I'll be having a video on my embassy interview because I went on three of them, got through for all of them. So I guess I have some tips that I can share with you. I'm scrolling down. I see all your questions, guys. You're not late. Just ask the question. This one is a camp related question. How long can the camp program be extended? I think you said it was 9 to 11 weeks.
It's 8 to 11 weeks standard, but it still follows the same format as the J1 Summer Work and Travel program. So the programs can start anywhere between May 1st, but it has to end by September 7th. So that's
Understand.
how long the proof of employment can be.
Understand. So after that, do we get a what is it, like a length period, a grace period after that?
Yes, you still get that 30 days. So right across the board for any J1 category, once you've completed the program, you have an additional 30 days after September 7th to return home. So you can use that time to go and visit family members or friends,
Shopping.
shopping, explore the US, visit the different attractions, etc.
And touching on the camp program, I think this is specifically for the persons who are going to heart, persons who are in sixth form, you said, capitalize on this because want the experience, want the overseas experience. You might not know what could happen, so capitalize on this. Share this video so that share this video, share this information so that persons can hop on as well. The GPA for work and travel is about 2.1 across the board. And also, yeah, 2.1. And also, it depends also because you need to know your subject area, you need to know what you're doing. Because if you go to the embassy and ask, if they ask, what is your favorite module, or something that they're seeing on the paper, and you're not telling them, then obviously that's a red flag. So you need to know what you're doing in school. For the J1 or camp, there's a question, the housing for J1 and the housing for camp.
So we will always provide housing. The agency will be responsible for that. For J1 Summer Work and Travel, before you go to the US, you get a housing agreement so you know how much you're paying for housing. This can range anywhere between $75 to $150, depending on the province or the state. So we'll arrange that part. For camp, it is provided by the employer. Usually you live on the campsite.
Understand. How many jobs are available, like your company? How many persons are you expecting this year? And seeing that it's November, tomorrow is November, um, how many spots are available? Are we still able to join, sign up with this agency, MAFAS? Is there still some good jobs in there? Or even tell us about some of the specific jobs that are available at
Okay.
MAFAS right now.
So we haven't sent out a job listing, so all the jobs are still available. The sponsors are
Oh,
still working on finalizing that. As it relates to how many persons we're anticipating this year, pre-COVID, we have always been sending over 200 participants when you have considered all our programs that we offer. But post-COVID or during COVID, because we're still in the pandemic, it has been a little bit more difficult for several reasons. Persons have fear, the economical factor that you have to take into consideration. Many parents lost their jobs. As you know, it's the parents that are paying for a lot of these persons to go on the program. So it has been difficult to answer your question. However, we are anticipating a rebound of the program. So hopefully, we're still able to send off that 200 plus participants that we'd have normally sent. But jobs are currently available. We just have not yet sent out the job listing.
Nice, nice. So for the persons who went with Mayfast, just please comment so that persons can know that Mayfast is an agency that they should travel with. This person is asking about their resume. When they're sending their resume, seeing that they don't know where they're going, how should they state the resume to ensure that everything is on it and they can go forward?
So we typically request a resume from the participant, but we tweak it to match what the employer is looking for. You don't necessarily have to have experience for the J1 summer work and travel, but you just need to be open to learning. So an average person who might just leave high school might not have any experience whatsoever. As long as you're open to learning the job, then you should be fine. What I should also tell persons, the job might not be affiliated with your course of study. So not because you're doing dentistry, you're studying to become a doctor, that means you're going to get a job that is front desk related. It might
Please
not be that
sign
way.
in, housekeeper.
Be prepared to do like housekeeping, pool attendant,
Yeah.
dishwashing. Be open, because a lot of these times you're also passing down good opportunities for second jobs in the areas.
All right. This Chevelle is very eager with New York. I don't know what you and New York have, but she's asking, do you send persons to New York?
I do. I do send persons to New York, but I think that with many participants, when they think New York, they think of New York City. And New York City is not a tourist area for J1. So we send on the outskirts of New York, sometimes closer to Maryland, etc. So you have to be open to the area in New York that you are placed. But we do send persons to New York.
Nice. And also, guys, remember that I tell you that when you're searching for jobs for J1, even if you're going to sign up with Mayfast, you look at the area, not necessarily the job, because they want to know that the area is lively, has a lot of places. You have your Walmart, you have different places that you can find second jobs, and you can maximize your time there because we know that work and travel is very essential and you want to enjoy yourself as well. So you need to look mostly on the location, which is like cities. Also, I've been getting some personal DMs about the places that some person selected, and I noticed that you're not looking at the Google map. So the Google map, you can go on the Google map and find your exact location. You can find your surrounding areas in that exact location. And so if you're going to sign up with Mayfast, I implore that you go on Google. Make sure so when you sign up for the job, you know say the job is in an area where it is lively and one way we're not in a store no day, we not and you look for the time period as well. So you can go to New York, you can even go to a regular place and still be benefit and still make something, still be beneficial to you, still have an advantage, right? Can you state some of the cities you sent to? So I heard you said Maryland, Maryland. You sent to like Myrtle Beach because I went there as well and it's a good location. What are some of the cities that you sent to?
I don't send
Ten
to Myrtle
cities.
Beach because I find Myrtle Beach to be a problem area. For you, your experience was one thing, but for me, when I was going on
It's a problem area. Okay,
right,
continue.
for me, when I was going on J1, I've
True.
participated in the program once. It was just a headache. And my sponsors also find Myrtle Beach to just be a headache. So I don't send to Myrtle Beach. But for
I
South
can
Carolina, I send to like Kiowa Island, North Carolina, Bald Head Island. We send to Anchorage, Alaska. So if you like cold or you think you can manage the cold, you can go to Anchorage, Alaska. We send to Vail, Colorado. We send to New Hampshire, Laconia, New Hampshire. We send to Stowe, Vermont. We send to Kennebunk, Maine. We send to Booth Bay, Maine. We send to Massachusetts. Uh, I hope I'm pronouncing that word wrong because sometimes I get twisted when it comes down to
Massachusetts,
pronouncing that
yeah.
state for some reason. We send to various states across the US. Once the job offer comes out, when you register with us, you'll see the different states that the sponsor has available.
Okay. Do you send to Florida, Miami, Florida?
Not Miami, Key West, Florida. So that's
Okay.
where we mainly have properties. We don't send to Panama City, Florida. We don't send to certain areas in Florida because it's similar to Myrtle Beach. It just gives you a headache.
Right. And we can understand that headache meaning my bicycle got stolen at Myrtle Beach on the first week of work and travel. And
Or
my ball.
sleeping
I totally
problem.
understand.
It's just a
Come
headache.
like Jamaica, trust me. But as I said, the area you want to know that you have second jobs, and so that was the perks of it. Um, I'm not sure what question. I'm not sure of this question if it is related to J1 or CAM, but as he said, as Anthony said, with the CAM program, you have only one job, and it's basically volunteering and you get a stipend over the period of time. But with J1, the as long as you go through the correct method, which is informing their sponsor and they approve of it, then you can have more than one jobs.
Correct.
All right. All right. Any more questions? Any more questions? You can just send them.
And what I want to encourage participants again, if you know that you're interested in going on the program, you have to be vaccinated. There's no going around it. You can't say, okay, you want to go on the program, you go through with all the process, and by the time you're ready to go to the embassy, you don't have your dosage. It's just not going to work. You have to be vaccinated, fully vaccinated, to participate on the program. This is not a May 1st requirement, it's a US requirement.
Yes, understand. Totally understand. It's I think the law passed the other day, so get
Correct.
vaccinated, guys. If you want to travel, that is like
If you want to
if you
travel.
want to travel. Um, so that's all the questions. I'm not sure, but I just want to thank you so much for coming over today.
Yeah.
Um, and as I said, I left all your information. Someone was asking about Instagram. I'm not seeing you much on Instagram, but I think your Facebook page is active.
Correct. We're on Instagram, but we mainly communicate on Facebook. I need to, change up my Instagram a little, start promoting more
Yeah,
there. But we're
you
quite.
need to.
I need
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
Social media is just not my thing. It's not my forte, but I'm trying to work on it. But definitely Facebook. Once you communicate there, I'll reach out to you, and we're more up to date there. I'll try my best to work on the Instagram.
And you said it's May 1st. So it's May 1st, work and travel on
On
Facebook.
both platforms. Mayfos,
And
MAY with an asterisk above, FOS, work and travel. And once you put that in, will pop up.
how long May 1st has been around?
Since 2014, February 2014. So I decided to open Mayfos when I left college in 2014, and we've been there since.
Okay, that's nice. Awesome. Any final questions or any final thought you want to say? Anything you want to say?
Well, for persons who are still hesitant, you're wondering whether the program will be successful this year. I know we took a hit 2 years straight now from 2020, I think, COVID, when COVID
Yeah,
started.
yeah, yeah.
So we're still going through it, but 2020 is way. We didn't send anybody in 2020. In 2021, this past summer, we were able to send participants, and it can only get better from here. Persons are participating in the COVID-19 vaccination, so that obviously is going to, things are going to open up back. So I encourage persons who want to participate on the program to register.
Okay. This person is asking if you have an office in St. Anne.
No, we don't. We don't have an office in Sentan. Our office is in Montego Bay, 46 Market Street, shop number 7, U&I Plaza. So that's 46 Market Street, shop number 7, U&I Plaza. If you can't make it to Mobile, online. Everything is done online. That's how we get majority of our clients. They're from either from the Kingston, Clarendon, Sentan area, but everybody communicates online.
Okay, I understand. Which is good because it's modern time now, and that is a good thing because we don't have to travel. So everything is online. That's really, really good. You said I have all your information in the comment section, and I'm going to post it before I leave, before I end this live, so that persons can see it. But I just want to thank you so much, Mayfos,
Thank you
for
for the
coming on
opportunity.
here and answering all our questions. And you said for the J1 work and travel, some work and travel, the payment is the fee is 16, 15, 1500.
1650 to $1,700 depending on the sponsor, and the
Okay,
registration is $50 for
understand, which is good because person agencies are more than that. Some agencies are more than that. Do you have a WhatsApp line? Can we WhatsApp you because you don't want to WhatsApp? Do you have a
Yes, you
WhatsApp
can.
line?
You can. It's 876-374-7735. So that's 876-374-7735. Or you have another one which is 335-2118. So we have two WhatsApp lines.
Okay, and I did put it in the chat, and I'm going to put it again, right? So I put
Right.
everything in the chat. Okay, any more questions? I don't want to get this over 1 hour, you know. Yes, they said that. Oh, so do we get to choose from the 3 sponsors? How do you send out your job listing?
So we send out the job listing. We send one main job listing. And no, you don't necessarily get to choose from the main sponsors or from the three sponsors.
You
Uh,
just choose
we just
from.
upload your, we just choose up whatever job you choose, whosoever has that property, then that's where we send out your resume to.
Understand. Any more questions? It's a good session. Like,
Right.
I feel nice. I know we helped a lot of persons today. 21 persons on the chat, on the live. That's good. Any more questions? If you don't have any more questions, then I think I'm going to end this live today.
Mm-hmm.
First, I want to thank you so much, Anthony, for coming on here and sharing AFOS. And even though you are way in Mobay, do not forget that everything is online. And I think that shows that you have good customer service because cannot like the online thing, you have to keep up to date with it. So thank you so much. See the questions coming in. I see the questions coming. Look here, I have to answer the question today. I have to answer the question.
Okay.
So this is saying, do you want transcript from our current university or high school or both?
University. So the transcript, you can request this anywhere between January, February, thereabout, because it has to reflect, my bad, the grades for the previous semester from September to December, and it also has to reflect the current courses you're doing for January semester.
So what he's saying is that the best time to do it is, so if you're in school from September, the best time to do your transcript is next year. So don't go for your transcript now. Wait until next year to go for your transcript when you are almost finished with the process and you're going to embassy. Yes, so it's from the university. Um, do you do Canada?
No,
You
I
go to
don't.
Canada?
No, only the US. And I do not do the H2B program.
Understand. I need to get persons who would do the H2B so that the H2B lovers like myself can get some of that information. Could you
Okay.
remind us of the payment method and if we are having with the Jamaican currency or the US currency?
So the program fee is quoted in US dollars, but if you have Jamaican dollars, when you go to the bank would automatically convert those funds based on their exchange rate for the day. And we bank with Jamaica National. So any Jamaica National island wide, once you have our account number, you can go to the Jamaica National, make the payment, and submit a copy of the receipt. You send these receipts via email. That's how we keep record of those documentations, or the online application. Uh, Regarding the payment plan for summer work and travel, we urge all candidates to register by or before December 15th, and you need to at least pay the registration fee to get the job listing. Once the job listing is out, to begin the placement process, the minimum payment of $1,000 is needed. So you can't ask me how is it that you not get placed when you don't pay no fee at all, or you only pay $50. So you need to
Okay.
make a payment of the deposit. As for
At least
camp, the full $500 is needed. You do not have a payment plan for that since it's so cheap already.
but you need at least $1,000 for the work and travel.
Correct. And you
The
have
G.
until February 18 to pay the remaining portion.
All right. No early bird.
Early
All
bird.
right, God.
Early bird
All right,
only.
God.
We're planning on doing an early bird sometime this week, but you have until I think it's the entire of November to fully pay the program fee to qualify for that. And the early
Oh,
bird will be $1,500.
$1,500. Look here. You see, me never asked for this, you know. So when I sign up for me fast, when I better put my name side of it, say me said, you know. Yeah. It looks like Jomani is on your application site. I'm not sure, but he's saying that the transcript he needs it. But the application asks for transcript. So do we also wait until next year to complete the application?
The attachment section can become, you don't have to put in anything in the attachment section. So we're asking for passport, smiling photo, transcript, status letter, whatsoever documents that you have, you put them in the correct field. But if you don't have any documents, you can submit the application without it.
So do submit it. Hey, Jumani, you're going with yourself, you know. You really tell me say you're gone for the application already? You mean business? Ah, the registration is $50. So you have to pay the registration of 50 US dollars, which is
Correct.
about what? How many Jamaican? 6,000 something?
It's
Or
mostly 800 to $7,000.
okay.
That's about it.
So 50 US dollars for that. Um,
Where's the embassy?
so with embassy, how early do you send off persons? What's your application period like? Like what's the earliest date you send off persons? Because we want an early embassy date, you know.
We
So
start
how
sending
fast
persons to the
how fast
embassy February or March. That's when we start sending persons. And that's
that's
if the
good.
process is completed. If you know you're just paying the remaining portion of your program fee in February, obviously you can't go to the embassy in February. A person start to go to the embassy from February, March, and April.
Understand, and that's good. That's good. So you need to ensure that you fill out your application and everything submit so you can have an early embassy date. Hint, hint. Embassy do always, like most of the time, do turn down people, but they have a quota and you need to go embassy early. Not saying that if you go late, you know, but I'm saying that earlier, probably the better.
Correct, probably the better.
Um, I'm
And what I
seeing
want,
the question.
go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
What I wanted to say about the embassy, because persons are aware that there, as you said, a little bit of backlog. We suggest that you start completing the documentation or submitting the documentation and getting the placement from now, because you don't want to start uploading your embassy application in February and no date not available until May. So get the process started from now.
Understand. I don't really understand this question because I don't know what VTDI means, but probably you know. So do you allow students from VTDI, which school that
It's
to
a hard school. Yes, we do.
okay,
So we
nice.
do once you're doing 11s3 and above. The thing about work and travel, what the embassy states is that you have to be doing a 2-year program. It doesn't necessarily have to be a degree, but anybody know that 2-year program is either a diploma or higher. So once you're doing a 2-year program and above, you can participate on summer work and travel.
Nice. Thank you for that question there, Monique. Thank you so much for that question. So persons who are doing VTDI, who are going to heart with like a 2-year program or more, you can participate in work and travel. Guys, this is a life-changing event. Money you need you make sure stay go power and travel. Make sure.
And
So how does that work? So if they if they're in their second year, they can still participate.
if I'm not mistaken, that's the only hard school that does the associate degree and above. So that's
Okay.
the only hard that we allow persons to go on summer work and travel. For the other
Okay,
hard
it's
students,
a specific art school.
correct. For the other
Okay,
hard students, it has to be the camp, only camp for the other hard students.
understand. See, I'm glad some of the on the live, may I answer question, I know
Okay.
the question, may I get information, I understand. That's good. Um, so they're asking about the discounts. I don't know where you mentioned it for, but they're holding you to it, and they're asking how will we know when the discount applies? So how do they know?
Once you pay the full $1,500 in November, then the discount would apply to you. You'd pay no other program fee.
So the end of November, once it's before the end of November,
Correct.
30th.
Correct. Now, if you reach over on December 1st and you decide you only have $50 remaining to pay, the early bird would not have applied to you.
So you have to pay all the $1,500 by the end of
November.
November, the 30th of November.
Correct.
Understand? Um, Guys, please do know that this is a deal. So if you can, don't hesitate because 15 is a discount, big discount, right? Um, the housing. So you probably could answer this question again. Guys, it's over an hour. I think I'm going to close soon. So is it okay to just answer a couple more questions?
It's fine.
Uh,
For day one summer work and travel, we provide the housing. So the housing is generally arranged with the job offer. So you are aware of the housing you'll be staying before you depart. You are aware of the cost that is associated with the housing.
how much normally is the cost?
Anywhere
Always.
between 75 to 150. And bear in mind, guys, it's a shared accommodation. Don't go to US thinking that you're going to have your own unit or your own room all for yourself. It's usually 2 to 3 or even 4 persons within that unit, and you have to share the space.
Understand.
And for camp, the employer provides the housing, you live on the camp.
Understand. And Bruce is saying, and do you provide discounts for returnees? I guess the discount will still apply with the early bird and so forth.
Correct.
But if you are a returnee, I would love for you to comment and tell us your experience. I think most persons. All right. So we are a little over an hour, and I'm so grateful. I think everyone is pleased. So they're asking about the tax return. I'm going to do a video on tax return as well, guys. Me I set up all of the video. Just give me some time, Just
You're
give me
still,
some time.
you're still able to do your taxes, but we don't assist with taxes whatsoever.
Understand. All right. So I think that's it for today. I'm having the question. Do you apply for persons who are not?
I'm going
Which
to assume you're referring to school on a whole. If you're not in school, you can go either on Camp USA, where you work on a campsite with kids, or if you have 3 to 5 years of experience in the hospitality or food and beverage field, you can participate as a J1 trainee. And this allows you to work in the US for a year, that's 12 months, and Camp allows you to work for 8 to 11 weeks.
understand? So the discount is $1,500 if you pay from now till the 30th of November. So
Correct.
now till the 30th of November, if you do a full payment, then you'll get the discount. So once you make the $1,500 dollar deposit before and on the 30th of November, then that is your discount, and that's a good discount. Um, so persons are asking if they are not in college or university and you don't have any skill, can you still apply?
For camp, yes, you can still apply, but you need to think of something that you can contribute to the camp, because you have to be able to sell yourself. No employer wants somebody who just has nothing to contribute. So
Mhm.
generally, you do have something to contribute. So whether you can cook, whether that's backdoor cooking, it's a camp. They just want you to have, you can do something. Rock climbing, if you can swim, you might not be certified in the area, but you are able to swim. You can become a lifeguard, they'll certify you on the camp. If you're good at tennis, if you're good at volleyball, if you're all around just a good sport, good, you're great to be around. That's an attribute that the camps are looking for.
Good. I'm going to try and get some persons for H2B to come on here and talk to you, but today it's all about camp, internship, and work and travel. Um, so that's it. Do we get a discount for camp?
No, 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 no. For camp, the program fee is already low. It's anywhere it's the registration fee is $50, program fee is $500, and depending on the sponsor that you're placed with, sometimes the sponsor covers the insurance and the civis already. You don't have to worry about that. But if you're placed with one of our sponsors, then you have to cover your own insurance and civis.
And what's the latest we can sign up for the camp?
Same thing. Camp, we're taking on persons from now until March, but we encourage participants to register by now to December 15th, because we want to get the ball rolling. We want to start hiring persons, getting the documentation sent to Jamaica. We don't want you to wait on last minute to register.
Please don't. Please don't. So I'm going to resend the information they're asking about. How do they pay? How do we get in contact with Mayfast? And so I'm going to send it now in the comment section. And also, yeah, so you can check the comment section right now. They are on Facebook and Instagram, but they're more prominent on Facebook at Mayfast at May 1st. Sorry, I don't
Worktravel.net.
at May 1st, right? So I'm
No,
going to send all the
Mayfos
information.
Work and Travel. Our website is mayfosworktravel.net, and our email is info@mayfosworktravel.net.
Understand. So yes, I just put it in the comment section. I probably think you'd have to rewatch this video because we mentioned all of that. She's asking you when to pay the fee. Oh, so I want to pay my fee. Where do I go to?
Okay. So, Susan, what I'll recommend to you, send us an email, info@mayfosworktravel.net, or you can go onto our website, that's mayfosworktravel.net, and complete the application for the category you are applying for. So you need to select whether it's camp, summer work and travel, or internship, and I'll send you additional information as it relates to fees, accounting details, etc. But you at least need to specify which program you're referring to.
Understand. All right. Everybody belly full, my belly full, your belly full, everybody belly full. Thank you so much again, Anthony, and we'll still be in contact. So thank you so much for coming on here and sharing about MAFAS. And I know a lot of persons have gained a lot of knowledge on this, whether it be from the CAMP program or general with the work and travel. And so thank you so much because I've been getting a lot of questions, and so you have answered all my questions. And so I thank you so much for coming on here. And all the best to everyone. And bye.
All right, bye everyone, and thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions, reach out to us directly, or you can ask Shads for the info and she'll relay it to you.
No problem. All right. Bye. Bye,
Everyone.
guys.